1420 Sports Bar Podcast. 4 beer with a sports talk and a whole lot more. We are part of the Belly Up Sports Network. Listen in as Brent and Dave invite you to belly up to the bar with them to talk about everything in the world of sports, just like you would do at your favorite watering hole. It's sports, beer, and shenanigans, so belly up to the bar with us, grab a beverage, and let's get into it.
NHL playoffs starting tonight. Got one game's almost done. Just finished. Carolina beat the New York Islanders 2-1. Major League Baseball's rolling right now. They're 2+ weeks in. Lots going on there. But of course, the NFL finds a way to hit center stage. I don't want to beat this up too much because I could care less about the Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts. But man, oh man, NFL owners. We talked about it a few weeks ago. We'll talk about it probably throughout the summer. The way they're paying these quarterbacks and the guys are getting signed for record deals. Jalen Hurts got 5 years at 51, 5 a year, 178 or 179 million guaranteed dollars. He's only been in the league for a couple of years. Man, I put a poll up on Twitter today, and 64% of people are saying, well, that's just the going rate, and that's what quarterbacks are worth. I don't get it, Dave. This guy, he didn't win last year. Now they're going to have a lesser team this year because you're going to have you pay. We've been through it time and again that the salary cap takes over, and now you're paying Jalen Hurts, who hasn't done fuck all, is now going to take a percentage of the salary cap away. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Well, so that keeps him around. I believe he has 2 more years left on his rookie deal. So if he gets hurt, then Philly's fucked. Makes you wonder. Really makes you wonder. Like when I read that, my first thing is like, what about Lamar?
I couldn't believe it.
Why is Lamar Jackson not getting that kind of money? Because he's more accomplished than Jalen Hurts, and people are gonna wonk, give Super Bowl, win playoffs. I get it. Lamar Jackson won an NFL league MVP. That's rarefied air. He's a difference maker. Jalen Hurts is really good. I'm not going to besmirch him. It makes me wonder. Like, we talk about all the time about how these quarterbacks make massive money. Unless you're a game changer like Mahomes, then it really hurts your team. It doesn't help your team. And we're going to see if this helps or hurts the Philadelphia Eagles. I do know
it's gotta hurt.
Well, they're going to have a year or two with him on his entry deal. But then this is going to kick in, and then they're fucked, right? And then I don't get it. I don't understand. I do not see how Jalen Hurts is worth more money than Lamar Jackson.
There's got to be something, Dave, and we can speculate all we want to. Where it's it's a third rate,
but we don't
podcast,
know shit.
So
right?
we don't know shit. But there's got to be a reason why no one signed him, why no one's giving him money. It must be a medical thing. It must be between the ears thing. It must be something that nobody knows about, and it can't just be because of no agent. Because with no agent, he's going to get less money, unless he's just a pig-headed idiot who says, this is what I'm worth, and if that guy's getting this, I want this. Because it doesn't work that way. It's got to be something, and usually the most obvious answers are the ones that's right in front of you, and that maybe it's just a medical thing, and then that him not playing in the last 2 or 3 or the last game of the season, not making the trip, and maybe it's something as simple as that the medical things like Carlos Correa, when he signed 2 contracts this summer, last winter, that got reneged. Right now he's in Minnesota and having a decent season, but maybe it's one of those things like, okay, we see the wear and tear in your ankle. We see the wear and tear in your whatever the fuck bone is that he got diagnosed with. We see that it will last for 3 years. It won't last for 5. We see that it'll last for 5 years. It won't last for 7. And maybe that's just something. Maybe it's just a medical thing that doesn't get let out. And I don't know. It's odd that a guy that has an MVP and compared to a guy who's only 2 years in the league gets this money, the most ever in NFL history per season, that's done fuck all. He has many Super Bowls as you and I do. That gets that kind of money. I don't get it. I don't get it.
And Philly doesn't get the shit schedule they had last year. We'll see. And Philly might prove me wrong. but you know that you couldn't have an easier schedule. Alabama would go would go 500 against that schedule they had last year. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculously easy, and they finally got exposed. Thank Christ, they were better than I thought, but
They almost won that game, but
they had a chance to win the Super Bowl, and I was surprised actually at how good they were. Because like, well, just look at the tape. Like I gave them no credence whatsoever. But I'll be surprised if they win the NFC East next year, because they're going to take a step back. Dallas is a foe, and so is the Giants, and now you got a guy making not big money yet, but he will be making more money. And so this is their push years. This is when you got the money to go. So you better fucking do it, because you're not going to be doing it, because I just don't see Jalen Hurts progressing and getting better every year. I just really don't.
well, and that's what's mind-boggling to me. Like, obviously, we're sitting in our fucking basements right now talking about this. Neither of us played a game of football in our lives, but we watch enough, and we know the. I think we know more about the logistics of sports than the finances of sports. Obviously, it just seems odd to me that the way that these contracts for quarterbacks are just. We've talked about it a few weeks back, how these contracts just keep going up and up and up for no reason. They're just going up because somebody said so. The quarterbacks are becoming the popular kid in high school because they're the popular kid in high school. Like, and that's a lot. It's a lot been going on just in the last 3 years, where these guys were good, yeah, absolutely, but it's just like now we're going to overpay. We're going to overpay, and we're going to overpay. And you look at like a guy like Baker Mayfield, who was never that good. He could retire comfortably right now. He's fine. He's never that good. Like it's odd that they're the popular kid in high school. It's just, here, let's give them the world and hope for the best. It's fucked up to me. And hope.
It's putting all your eggs in one basket, and we all agree that quarterback is the most
but not to this extent, though.
No, like,
not to this extent.
You know, and that was everybody will say it. Like, even the Brady haters will say it. Like, Tom Brady, you gotta tip your hat to him.
Yeah.
That he never went for max money. He was more concerned about winning and would take less money. He was the top paid player in the league 1 year in all. How many years did he play? 30?
47.
47 years.
47 years of football. It was crazy.
And he was only one time he was the highest paid player in the league. And all he was doing was putting rings on his fingers till he ran out of fingers and put one on the fucking other finger. Hand.
Now, Dave, wouldn't you as like in any sport, wouldn't you as a GM, especially salary cap sports, like baseball's a little bit different, but in hockey, like
sell a winner. Don't sell money. Sell a winner.
Because Sidney Crosby took an 8.7 for how many years, right? And Crosby, he was successful, got 3 cups. Yeah, they missed the playoffs this year. Let's talk about that for a second. The Crosby took 8.7 for a lot of years, and that was a lot of them signed Malkin, a lot of them signed Letang. They don't have a goaltender because you know what? That salary cap and everything else, and the goaltender is just as, if not more important in professional sports than a quarterback is. And Crosby gave his team and the finance department a chance to win every year for the contracts that he took. And that to me is a more of a team guy than these quarterbacks are. And because like if you're making 50, yeah, it's 50, and it's more of a cock fucking swinging competition when I get 50 or 45. What the fuck's the difference? Yes, it's $6 million, but if you can get a $6 million guy here, or this guy here, or that guy here, Crosby allowed the Penguins to do that, and it backfired this year. They had a horseshit year, and there's a lot of shit going on there in Pittsburgh that they finally fired Brian Burke and Ron Hextall, but we'll talk about that in a second. But like, why these guys, like why they want more than the next guy when they realize that they're not going to win because of the contracts they took is messed up to me.
We talk about it all the time, and you know, you think about career earnings, like, you know, just a figure in my head. If I was a ham and egger, like the guy that every team has, every cup winner has 2 of me, but no one wins a cup because of me. They have players like me. right? And then so if I
The
have
Kirk
career,
Maltbys, the back with the Detroit Red Wings, the grind line
Maltby's,
with McCarty and who else? Chris Draper, and like those
Chris
guys.
Versteeg,
Versteeg, like we
and
talk
and
this,
Rhett
this goes back a long
Warners,
time
and
to those Detroit teams, but that grind line, the Detroit Red Wings do not win a Stanley Cup without that grind line.
yes,
They don't. They don't.
But no, I 100% agree with you on that. But that could have been any three grindliners, right? That had
the way it fit, right?
Right. Yeah. Like it wasn't because it was because of the role they played, not because they were so specific to that role they played. That could have been any three guys that had good chemistry and went out and bashed and grinded and made guys put their head on a swivel. That's an important part in hockey. But so those guys, if I have career earnings of $15 million, I'm happy. And I'll retire at 32 with 15 mil in the bank. Fucking rights. And then so what is the goal? Like, I get it. It's a dick swinging contest and I'm more valuable than you and this and that. But like once you get to 100 million, like what else is there? Like what aren't you buying?
Then the thing is, Dave, now like you bring it up, now every one of these motherfuckers ends up on TV on Sundays anyways. So fuck it.
Yeah, and they're all about the brand, and if you're good, if you're making $30 million a year, $30 to $50 million a year, you got endorsement deals. You're not touching your fucking wallet in this season anyways. Like, what
meals are comp, flights are comp,
right,
blah blah
right,
blah.
Right. Restaurants want you, and United wants to sponsor you. Like, fuck, that's what I would do. I would just go to I'd go to Rolls Royce. I would go to United or whatever. I go just for life. Just like I'll
drive your car forever.
Yep. But until I am dead, I'm going to give you a list of 10 people. These people fly for free for the rest of their life, and I get a new Rolls, a Benz, whatever the fuck. I said Rolls Royce.
The thing, and what's crazy,
and I did that forever.
Like what's crazy is now with this we're not influenced by any means, but now with this way of life the influencers have and how people are just given stuff, athletes could just get comp for the rest of their lives just to be influencers. Like it's actually insane. Even and just to do their job, they're not even trying to do it. They're not posting TikTok videos. They're not fucking doing anything. They're just being athletes here, and I'm sure it's going on already. So why do these guys take away from their team's chance to win just to say I'm the highest paid player? Because you know what? Right now, Jalen Hurts at this moment is the highest paid quarterback or the highest paid NFL player in NFL history at this moment.
Yes, and then
3 weeks from now, someone's going to beat that.
Where did
3 weeks
rank,
now,
right?
someone's going to beat that. So what did he do? Did he win anything? Who knows?
Nope. He ain't no Pat Mahomes. He ain't no Aaron Rodgers, for fuck's sake, right? Like, and we all agree of the mockery that Aaron Rodgers is making out of his legacy, but for 1 year, for next year, I would rather have Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball than Jalen Hurts. I
still don't think Rodgers is going to fucking play. There's a reason. Maybe the draft's going to bring us something around there. I
have no idea. And I didn't mean to bring the conversation that way.
Yeah.
But I think Jalen Hurts. I think Lamar Jackson's better. Pat Mahomes is better. Joe Burrow is better. Herbert, who's
the I should know because James, my brother-in-law, he's a big Bears fan. What's his name?
JD Chance.
No, Trey Lance played. Trey Lance plays for the Niners.
Carter, Cody, Keeley.
No. That's how relevant the Bears are.
But I know who you're talking about.
He played Ohio State.
It's not JD Lance.
No,
or something like that.
No, JD Lance he's a security guard at the bank down the street. JD Lance.
I know who you're talking about, but yes, that's
how much better is Hurts than him?
Really? I don't know.
Like $35 million better.
How much better is line tripper in Jones with the Giants, right? Like he had a lot less weapons and a lot shittier team than Hurts did. How about Tua? I'm not even going to disrespect him by trying to say his
Tua
last
quarterback.
name. Yeah, Tua quarterback.
Fields, Justin Fields.
Justin Fields over in the Bears.
Is Hurts $30 million better than Justin Fields?
No.
Is Hurts $30 million better than Tua?
No.
Is Hurts $30 million better than
anybody? Maybe Russell Wilson last year, but Russ is gonna show them different.
And there it is, Dave. There it is. That's how fucked up this is. We just named 3 quarterbacks, so we can go through the whole roster. Is Hurts $30 million better than Cam Newton?
No. Yeah. Like it's ridiculous. I don't, and we'll never understand why they. Well, and you know, and that's
like I'm glad we took this route because you go through the entire fucking and let's do 60 quarterbacks, 60.
Well, and who's that?
Let's not just do
starters. That we
let's do Murray. 60.
Kyler Murray is like one of the next like 2-3 highest paid. And we're like, I wouldn't give a fucking game day ticket.
You go through 60 quarterbacks down the roster of the National Football League. Jalen Hurts is not $30 to $40 million better than anybody. He's not.
He's not.
He's real good.
But
not $40 million better.
I don't know. I'm looking. Obviously, we should have grabbed Aaron from Brutally Honest.
I actually thought about it. I was going to actually get him and to do sports news and talk about it. And I'm not besmirching. Like if you get paid, take it. Fucking rights.
Without a doubt.
If someone's stupid enough to give you that kind of money, take.
But as a fan, that's a lot of money to be happy about.
But any fan who says one bad thing later on about fucking this quarterback making too much and their team not winning because of that, they need to shut up because you know what? Every fan would take the fucking money. Everybody.
Pat Mahomes doesn't make too much. Do you know why? Because he has now two rings, and
he's already in the Hall of Fame.
People come there because of him. He's a difference maker, and we'll see if Hurts. But you know that's a hell of a fucking gamble, right? Because if this doesn't work out, you're on the hook for 3 more years, and that's not that these 3 years. Once again, don't start next year. It starts once his rookie deal is done. So we're talking 5 to 7 years. Like I think 2028 is when, like, if this deal comes to completion, that's a long fucking time in the NFL these days. There
might be a lot of Philly fans and Philly owners and Jalen Hurts looking for Caldera Lab and CalderaLab.com, making their skin look and get that youthful exuberance because there's gonna be some sleepless nights with that contract. Like it's crazy. I think it's fucking nuts. I think it's absolutely nuts.
I don't think it's it's up there with the Deshaun Watson contract, right? I just don't. Yes, he had a hell of a year last year, but he's not a proven commodity. Last year was his 2nd year in the league, and he did okay on the easiest schedule in the history of the NFL.
Yeah, it's nuts. Anyways, the 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, 4 beer sports talk and a whole lot more. This segment was brought to you by Caldera Lab and CalderaLab.com. Use promo code 1420Lab for 20% off their men's skincare products and keep that youthful exuberance in your face today at CalderaLabs.com.
Use it. It's working for Brent. I wish you can see him. Fuck.
Maybe tomorrow on YouTube might see it. Who knows?
Jesus Christ. You look like George Clooney over there.
Oh, well, yeah.
You just listened to the 1420 Sports Bar Podcast. 4 beer with sports talk and a whole lot more. We are part of the Belly Up Media Network. Let's get into it.